4 friends left the Minecraft survival server running for 500 in-game days. Our objective? Find diamonds, get full enchanted diamond armour and tools, defeat the ender dragon and get an Elytra. If you enjoy the video, please consider subscribing. It's free and you can always unsubscribe. Start off, let's get the boring stuff out of the way. With the objective being diamonds, I thought it was a good idea to go caving. Luckily, right beside spawn, there was this massive cave entrance. Now, we're just gonna have to make our way down safely. We got an iron pick, so we can gather all the ores that we can find. Sheesh! Name tag. Lucas tried saving me from a creeper. Because of that, we decided it was a good time to get geared up with armour and tools. We had spent almost 2 hours down in this cave and found absolute bugger all. So we went up to the surface and gathered food. Found a good spot to build my starter base and headed to the neighbouring islands. On our search for a cave, we found this enormous water cave which was hiding a cave beside it. With all of us being brand new to the 1.18 caves, we had no clue what level diamonds were going to spawn at. We went pretty far down in the previous and found absolutely nothing. But 4 hours after starting this world, we found our first diamonds. Or diamond. Objective 1 is now complete, but we can't stop there. We're going to need enough diamonds for a full set of armour and tools, as well as an enchantment table, so we can get objective 2. So exploring every crack and crevice of this cave, we managed to find ourselves diamonds plenty. After a few hours of caving, we had combined 2 stacks of diamonds. We need to now work on getting enchanted tools and armour. But before, I thought we need to start a starter base. I mean, every king needs a castle, right? For our starter base, we start off with a dirt plan, so we've got something to go off. The plan is, create a funky looking wonky wizard tower with a downstairs room coming out at the bottom. I've decided to go with jungle wood, terracotta, bricks and stripped oak pattern for the tower, but we run into 2 problems. No jungle wood and no terracotta. But luckily, my partner Georgia, her favourite thing to do on Minecraft is explore. So, when she's out exploring, I've gotten her to write down the coordinates if she runs into a jungle and mesa biome. I decided to get some obsidian and travel by nether because it's almost 10,000 blocks away. Parkouring my way through the nether, I managed to find a nether fortress. Getting some nether wart that'll be useful for later, carry on and get the portal built.
Fuck yeah. Imagine that links to the portal bit.
Spawn just outside a jungle and gather jungle wood and bamboo. Then headed off for the mesa biome. I stopped to explore a desert temple and get some food. When I arrived at the mesa, I mined 2 stacks of orange sand, which I'd never seen before up until this point. Not too sure why, might come in handy later. And then after that, filled the rest of my inventory up with terracotta. Now that we've got jungle wood and terracotta, it's time to head back and get into base building. Starting on the tower with a gradient of bricks, terracotta and then jungle wood. Quick stop to help Lucas with his enchantment setup, then back to building the tower, adding stripped oak to the gradient. For the top tower room, I added a dark spruce border, then stripped birch and birch planks for the walls. I'm really liking this gradient and the wonk to the wonky tower. What do you guys think? Lucas had been tasked with getting the ender pearls needed for the eyes of ender, so I checked the enchantments to see if I'd get a looting sword, but no luck. I continued working on my house, trying to figure out a downstairs pattern that I liked. I decided to go with deep slate for the ring below, calcite and diorite for the wall pattern. Only thing, quickly ran out of calcite, so made our way down to a geode that we'd found below Lucas's base and mined all the calcite that I could get my hands on. After that, we decided to go look at a skeleton spawner that Lucas had found to see if we could turn it into an XP farm. Upon further inspection, we decided that with some work we could just freestyle some sort of design that would make for an early XP farm. I was tasked with the important task of making a way up and down and decided to do this using a water elevator and then just some water down at the bottom. We used water to push the skeletons to the side and then direct them to a central water elevator. We used tinted glass so that we could see in but no light would get into the spawner. At the top of the elevator we made another water path that would push them to the center so they dropped down on the platform below. We just had to tidy everything up, get all the streams working, and our XP farm was going.
Oh shit, run champ!
The only thing is, it is a bit slow, but it's an early XP farm. So after that, I continued working on the downstairs of my base, finishing the pattern with the calcite I had just gotten. I scaffolded across so I could fix the oak that I'd missed on the tower, and then decided to go with oak slabs as the floor down below. Creating a second story, I used the same stripped birch and birch planks pattern as the top of the tower, and topped it off with a pointed roof using dark oak stairs and dark stripped oak. I added floors to the second story as well as the tower, and then worked on the front of downstairs, adding a nice little archway, window pattern design, as well as this big wooden door. Later, added a balcony to the side of the build to try and make it a bit more interesting, and added some windows to the upstairs part. Lastly, I decided to start work on the tower roof using a similar pattern to the roof used on the second story. So far, we have completed Objective 1 and made progress on Objective 2. It's time to make some progress on Objective 3, defeating the Ender Dragon. We need more nether warts for potions, and we need to get blaze powder for the Eyes of Ender to find the stronghold. So, off to the nether and back to the nether fortress that we found on the way to the jungle biome. Shortly after, managed to find the blaze spawner, until we had a decent amount of blaze rods. So I parkoured my way back and we made the Eyes of Ender. I grabbed some food and we set off, following the eyes to the stronghold. We stopped every few hundred blocks to throw another eye. I feel like a boat would be a faster way of travel, and we ended up going straight past the portal. The stronghold ended up being underneath this big river. I think I've managed to dig straight past the portal as well. So far, finding this portal has been much harder than it should have been. Lucas ended up mining into the stronghold as I was building up, but finding the stronghold was only half the battle. It took us a further 30 minutes looking for the portal room. Placing down the Eyes of Ender to find, we were missing a few. This has been an absolute disaster of an end portal trip, but never mind that. We managed to get some obsidian, build a portal to the nether so we can make a path that's safe back to spawn for the others.
Hay bales and stuff.
I was going to flood ahead.
It might be above us actually, yeah.
Think talk about it.
No, dude, found my pickaxe.
There's no more point making the tunnel yet, talk about shit.
It's time to get enchanted tools and armour ready to fight the Ender Dragon. I AFK George's account down at the XP grinder and went to the nether to gather core. After some time, we go back to the spawner and end up getting to level 30. Now we head back up, we enchant our first tool. I found that quartz in the grinder was a super slow way of getting XP, so I thought to myself, what's a fast way of getting XP? I then remembered that Georgia had bred pens of animals and there was literally thousands of animals in each pen, so I started breeding and culling each pen. Once I hit level 30, I went back, continuing to enchant my tools and armour, repeating this until everything was enchanted. We are fully geared and ready for the dragon. Only one thing left, and that's potions. We will be fighting the dragon with 2 brand new Minecraft players. So, potions I feel are going to play a big role in keeping them alive during the fight. With Drew, I made a pathway to the fortress, and we both collected blaze rods. After that, we needed to drop them off to Lucas so he can make the potions. I enchanted George's tools and weapons for the fight with the XP I had left over, grabbed potions, blocked and carved pumpkins for the dragon fight. After everyone was ready, we set off for the end portal. We placed our beds down, and after that, there's nothing left to do but jump in.
You ready?
Me and Lucas focusing on the towers, while the other 2 focus on staying alive. And just like that, the Ender Dragon had been slain.
Hey, Mr. Cootie got it.
I actually remember that being a lot harder last time, but who cares? Objective 3 is now complete. We have defeated the Ender Dragon. We have gotten diamonds. We have gotten fully enchanted diamond armor and tools. Now, that means there's only one more objective left on our list, and we need to find an Elytra. Peeling through the newly opened end gateway to find an end city a few hundred blocks away from where we spawned. Then, being told it was looted by the other 3 after I got off last night. So, we needed to set off looking for another city. And, to our amazement, we found another city just a few hundred blocks from the first. But, one slight problem, no shit. But, shulkers and loot. So we went through, fighting our way through the city, getting loot and shulker skulls, trying not to die.
Oh dear, I'm gonna die.
Then, set off again, looking for a ship. You wouldn't believe it, but a few hundred blocks away from that end city, we found another end city. And this time, it had a ship. At this point, I knew what the objective was. Screw the loot, screw the shulkers, build up, and get the Elytra. I mined into the ship, and there it was. Sitting in the item frame on the wall was my last objective. New set of wings, bah! And with that, objective 4 was complete. But, we can't end it there. I went back to spawn and got myself some rockets, flew around until my Elytra was almost broken. And now with that brings our adventure to an end. We found diamonds, got full enchanted diamond armor, defeated the Ender Dragon, and got an Elytra. We are off to an extremely good start in this server world. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe. It would really help out the channel a lot. More videos coming soon. Catch you next time.